Are you tired of sucking your tummy to look snatched in pictures? Are you tired of not being able to wear all those figure-hugging dresses because your tummy looks like this? Girl, I get you. I went from looking like this to looking like this in just 6 weeks. I understand and I know that having belly fat can actually shrink your confidence, but not to worry, because I actually discovered easy ways that you can lose belly fat in your house. You don't have to hit the gym, and you can actually lose belly fat naturally. I have been there and I totally understand how belly fat can shrink your confidence, but I have finally found a way that you can lose belly fat naturally. So you don't have to hit the gym, you don't have to do those crazy tricks and tips that you see on TikTok, on Instagram. Simple hacks, simple things that you can do to actually lose belly fat from your home, and they're all science backed. So let me give you a quick story. A couple weeks ago, a friend of mine invited me to a birthday party, and I bought this really cute dress, and I went for the birthday party, took some videos. I didn't even look at it, came back home, and I posted it on WhatsApp. When I posted it on WhatsApp, a friend of mine reached out to me and she was like, "Girl, congratulations." I was like, congratulations for what? And she was like, "Aren't you pregnant?" I was like, "What?" And I went back to the video. I'm going to be inserting the video right here so you can see what I'm talking about. I went back to the video and I looked at my tummy. It was big. It was actually big. And honestly, when I went through the video, I actually felt bad, and I had just two options. The first option was to either continue to feel bad or actually do something about it. And I went for the second option, which is to actually do something about it, and I actually did. And 6 weeks later on the exact, I got my flat tummy back, my waist snatched, and my confidence was totally back. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you and teaching you exactly what I did. So simple, super easy. You don't have to hit the gym, and they are all science-backed. So first things first, you need to understand belly fat. Why do we even get belly fat? There are actually three main reasons. And the first reason is excess calories. So if you eat more calories than your body burns, especially foods that are high in sugar and fat, the extra energy then gets stored as fat. And guess what your body likes to store this type of fat? Exactly, your belly. And the second reason is stress and hormones. So if you're constantly stressed, your body actually tends to produce more cortisol, and studies have shown that high cortisol in your body is actually linked to fat around your midsection area. The third reason is poor sleep and inactivity. Not sleeping enough actually messes with your hunger hormones, causing you to crave food, especially carbs. And if you don't move enough throughout the day, your metabolism actually slows down, causing you to lose fewer calories. That's why it's so important that you're constantly moving your body, you're exercising, you're taking walks, and the likes. So having this understanding, fully understanding what actually causes belly fat, helped me to work on myself and achieve that flat tummy that I was looking for. So now let's talk about exactly what I did to lose belly fat. The first thing I did was to learn about calorie density and volume eating. And just in case you're wondering what calorie density is, calorie density refers to the amount of calories that are packed in a certain amount of food. So you can see a very tiny meal, but trust me, it is packed with so much calories. An example would be chocolate bar. And on the flip side, there are certain foods that take up space in your belly, but are very low in calories. Take, for example, we have lettuce or cucumber. So what I did to cut down on calories was, instead of eating a small slice of pizza or of shawarma and still being hungry later, I'll eat a large bowl of salad, of vegetables, or even soup. And it makes me feel less hungry. I feel fuller. So I eat that. I stay full, but with fewer calories. Do you understand? So these are some of the things that I focused on. I focused on fresh fruits like watermelon, oranges, apples. I focused on vegetables like zucchini, carrots, cucumbers, lettuce, and I also focused on soups and some bread meals. These foods actually filled up my tummy. I felt full, I felt satisfied, I didn't feel hungry, and all of this was done without having to consume so much calories, which is actually the key to having a flat tummy. The next thing I did to reduce my belly fat and to flatten my tummy out was to reduce my carb intake and increase my protein intake instead. I significantly reduced my intake of refined carbs like white bread, soda, pastries, and noodles, especially noodles, I significantly increase my protein intake. The reason why I increase my protein intake is because protein actually helps in two big ways. The first one is protein actually keeps you fuller for a longer period of time, preventing you from overeating. Protein also helps to build and maintain your muscle. And the more muscles your body actually has, the more calories your body actually burns, even while you're resting. So I started adding more proteins to my meals. I started having more eggs. I started to have grilled chicken, turkey, or fish with my lunch. I started having Greek yogurt or cheese as snack. Also, I started having beans and lentils in my soups or in my stew. And I realized that doing this constantly over time helped me to actually reduce my bloating and it stabilized my energy levels. And the next thing I did was I started to prioritize my sleep. I used to think that sleep was not so important. I would sleep for about 4 to 5 hours in a day. And I wondered why I kept being tired. I wondered why I kept being bloated. And I wondered why I was always hungry. Until I learned that when you don't sleep well, your body produces more ghrelin, which is the hunger hormones. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right. This is the spelling right here. And less leptic, which is the full hormone. So even if you have eaten enough, your brain still thinks that you're hungry. And the worst part, if you're not sleeping enough, you tend to crave more carbs, sugar, and fatty foods. So after learning this, I decided to make sleep my priority. I decided to create a bedtime routine for myself. Once it's 10 p.m., I'm off to bed, no scrolling or phone. And I strictly made sure that I had about 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. And after doing this, I realized that my energy levels went up, my craving levels went down, and I wake up every morning feeling less bloated. So the next thing I did to lose belly fat was I started walking more. I didn't need to get a treadmill. I didn't need to go to the gym. I just simply started walking. And honestly, walking is one of the most underrated fat loss tool. It doesn't take much from you to do. It doesn't stress your joint, but it actually works and is super effective to burning fat steadily. So I took walks for about 30 minutes to 1 hour, and I did that for about 4 times in a week. Sometimes I do it outside my house. Sometimes I do it within my house with my earpiece plugged in, or basically just me watching YouTube videos. It really helped. And the matter of fact is, study has actually shown that taking walks after your meals actually helps to reduce belly fat. Also, it helps to actually control your sugar levels. So it's very, very good. So the next thing I did to lose belly fat was I stopped eating late at night. I made sure that my last meal was at least 2 hours before bed, because eating close to your bedtime actually messes with your digestion, it messes with your sleep quality, and it increases your fat storage. The next thing I did to lose belly fat was I stopped eating junks and I started to drink more water. I stopped having cookies, sodas, pastries, and even instant noodles. I stopped having so much processed snacks like candies, chocolates, because these things are so high in sugar, they're so high in refined oils, which can actually spike your sugar level and encourage fat storage, especially around your belly area. Instead, I started drinking a lot of water. That's about 3 liters of water a day. I started to consume more water because water actually helps to reduce bloating. It helps to flush out toxins. It improves your digestion. It helps you to feel full and prevents you from overeating. And that's all I did to lose my belly fat. I didn't have to go to the gym. I didn't have to starve myself. I didn't have to take any concoction. All the simple things I did work. So we'll finally come to the end of today's video. I sincerely hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please do not forget to leave a like, also subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.